afternoon and welcome to Obidient Family TV. This is Obedient Women, and today I am joined by these two beautiful, amazing women. Please introduce yourself, ladies.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jessica Chinwe. Welcome back to the show.
My name is Ife Grace. Welcome to Obedient Women.
Okay. All right, so today we are going to be talking about the office of the First Lady. And you know how Mr. Peter Obi earlier on last year had said that if he becomes the president of Nigeria, he will be scrapping out that office. So we are here to talk about all the criticisms and the opinions of different people. And we're also going to be giving reasons why Mr. Peter Obi said what he said. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back quickly after a short break.
And gave 500,000 naira to each secondary school in the state to provide library materials. This boosted the student performance from the 26th position in Nigeria to the first position. The security improvement was exceptional as he provided security vehicles to 177 communities in the state. He cleared pension and gratuity owed since 1990 to the tune of about 37 billion naira and also paid monthly stipend to the elderly in the state. Mr. Peter Obi built the first secretariat complex in Anambra State to house the various Anambra State government ministries that were scattered all over the state. His good governance attracted the second largest brewery in the world.
Okay, welcome back. Let's just go straight into today's topic because this is something I've been dying literally to talk about. It's because I've had friends, female friends especially, who brought up this discussion, and I want us to talk about it here and now. This issue of Mr. Obi saying that he's scrapping out the office of the First Lady. I want us to dissect on why he said that and if the reason actually made, we can make, let's make it make sense to younger people or to people who didn't understand the whole concept. So before I move further, let me ask Grace, let me ask Jessica. Do you think that scrapping the office of the First Lady is actually going to be a good move for
Okay, I want to, first of all, I'm not going to be biased, but then I want to start from myself. So let me take, for instance, because I was against it, I was telling someone, you know what, this is just the best move that Peter Obi is going to take. But then the person asked me, what if you are the First Lady?
The wife of the president.
Yeah, the wife of the president. Would you like that? And I was trying to judge from my own person, right? Because I'll first of all ask myself, what is my role? What am I going to do if I, step into that place, or if my husband becomes the president? So I think to my own self, there are certain things I will create. There are certain things I will do as the First Lady. But then when it comes to Africa, there is this title mentality. Like, I want to be there because I want to be known as the First Lady. I want to have entourage. I want people to know. I want people to feel my presence when I come into a place, this thing. So that is why I think that Peter Obi is scrapping it out. And not just that, but because of the money. Like, you are paying someone to just show off. Like, why? I don't understand why you're paying me to just come to a place and just show myself and, all of those things. So maybe if the former First Ladies have been doing incredible things or have been making impacts in the years back, maybe I think if they were doing those things, Peter Obi would not see the need to scrap it out. But then, judging from past experiences, I mean, I don't think it's necessary.
Okay, you don't think it's necessary?
Yes.
All right. What do you feel, Grace?
For me, I think the only point I'm agreeing with Mr. Peter Obi is because over the years, it has been used to siphon money. Jessica was saying something like Atiku's wife, she was like, it's her turn, something like she needs to be like the first lady from Yoruba. So I don't get it. Do that.
Makes no sense.
It's time for you to eat money. It's time for you to now enjoy as well. So I think I'll be agreeing with Mr. Peter Obi on that.
Okay. I'm glad that you both can see the bigger picture because when that thing came out, a lot of people were saying, "Oh my goodness!"
Too many agitations.
Yes, there were so many agitations, especially young women. I noticed this more among women. They're like, first lady, scrapping that position. So they're trying to understand the fact that, okay, you are married to the president and you are not being addressed as the first lady. Do you understand? Because according to how things are done, the president of a country is the #1 citizen. That's what they, that's how they term it. So there was just so much surrounding that decision. But I'm glad that you both are understanding why this is. And I'm going to be listing out some of the reasons why Mr. P2B actually said he was going to scrap that position off, because he mentioned something that they use that position to siphon money.
That is it.
And it is true. Mr. P2B was saying the other day that, let me just give the first reason. The first reason is the cost of maintaining that position. The office of the first lady, it costs too much. According to him, the budget allocation to the office of the first lady is 4 billion naira.
Wow.
With staffs and personnel that are on the federal government's payroll.
Wow.
And it's being serviced at the federal, state, and local government level. So
yes, 4 billion.
Yeah, no, 4 billion, 4 billion, yes. And when you, not just 4 billion, right, that's just the, and then you have personnel, you have staff working in the office of the first lady. And then it's serviced in the federal, state, and local. So the governor someone becomes the governor, the wife is automatically the first lady. Local government chairman.
Exactly.
Of course now.
The woman is the first lady of the local government. And then they allocate like 4 billion. I don't think they allocate 4 billion to the federal. That is, they allocate 4 billion to the state, 4 billion to local government. Because if that is so, then it is crazy.
It is so crazy.
Because explain to me, how many first ladies can we have in a nation? How many first? Because if it's like that, then the one at the national level, that is the actual wife of the president, should be the first lady. Then the state is second lady. Then the local government chairman's wife is the third lady.
Is there anything as second lady?
No, I'm just saying because it's just funny. And then another reason, I'm just going to be laying out the reasons so that we can now talk about it in general. So after that, after the whole 4 billion naira, paying personnel, paying staffs, they're also giving 20 vehicles.
To who?
To the office of the first lady there.
Where are they driving?
Stay there.
This is
a
full-time job.
This is the full-time.
This is my husband. You have nothing to do. But
my husband will run for president.
Exactly.
Was like, he needs to scrap it out. So let's know where the problem is coming from.
Exactly. Let's know where the problem is coming from. Why? But then it doesn't mean that the office of the first lady makes no sense, because we are trying to adopt the Western world, democracy and everything came from them. So, but then let's judge from Michelle Obama, right? That woman was a force to reckon with, because she did not only occupy that post as the first lady, but then if you see or if you try to analyze the things that she has done so far, you realize that this lady she has done incredibly well, not just for the husband, but then for the state. So I think, like I said earlier, the problem is this African mindset. Because why are they paying 4 billion, right? 4 billion to someone that practically is doing nothing or doesn't really understand all of this politics and how to run the state. I mean, and then
you know that I'm just going to put it out there. We've been repeating it a lot on the show, but we just need to re-emphasize on that. Mr. P2B is someone who loves to work with women. He has worked with women in the past. He has seen the results, and he has also actually, when I just saw something that he said, he actually attributed his success as governor of Anambra State to the competent women he surrounded himself with. And then he was given positions. His deputy was a woman, the commissioner for information was a woman, local governments, different positions that women held, not just one. 40% women representation. This is actually what he has done in the past, but he's now coming out to say that there are other sectors of our country that needs attention, and he was listing education, health, and then they are being confronted with low revenue and borrowing to fund projects and all of that. So according to Mr. P2B, his main focus, you know how he said something. He said that his wife did not campaign for the position of first lady.
When he was
yes, even as governor, and now as like he's running for presidency, the wife is not campaigning for that position as first lady. Wow. She's not when you want to complete, like when you want to go to that your polling unit to vote, you are voting for Mr. Peter Obi, not the wife. So he's saying he doesn't understand why you will vote him in, and then the wife will have an office, and you know that office of the first lady is not in our constitution. It's not made provision for in our constitution. So I don't even know where it came from that they would have an office, a working functional office that is being funded on federal government's pockets. You understand? So I get.
I also remember what he said, that his wife and his family has no business when it comes to his policy.
His politics, exactly. And you know how he was saying that when he was governor of Anambra State, that he didn't have any direct or indirect contract awarded to himself. Like he didn't award contract to his relatives. He didn't award contract to I know this person. You're from my village, right? Okay, I'm going to give you this.
He said that his sons are going to look for jobs.
He said that. Yes, there was a time I heard a story where I don't know whether it was the daughter or the son that finished from school, and I don't know, maybe they were expecting a car. Which car? If you know how your mates are looking for cars or money to buy, I'll go and look for the same money. So Mr. Peter Obi is not someone who believes that because he's in a particular position, then every other person has the free, like a blank check to just enter into any political office. If you want that office, you have to merit it. You have to work for it. It's not as if he's saying that his wife is not going to be politically involved if she wants to. But if she wants to, there are other ways that she can service the country. She can be of service to Nigeria. So what he's just particular about is reducing the cost of governance. You understand? And one of the things is not just this one that he is concentrating on. You understand? There are other things that he is going to be looking at. But he just mentioned this. This was, I think where he mentioned this was at a church. There was a gathering where they were talking about, I think, Foursquare Gospel Church. They were talking about security. And then he talked about if you can't have security without good governance. And then he started talking about having good governance and reducing the cost of that governance. That's why he now went into the whole first lady story. That's where it originated from. So it's not that he has something against women. Do you understand? No, he doesn't.
And I think that the wife is really into that politics because there was a time where she went to, I don't really know the particular state, but then she went there and she was trying to empower the women. So she may not be fully into politics, but then she's lending her voice. She's doing some other things.
Yeah, she is.
So about First Lady, right? The first woman or the first lady in Nigeria was Mary Babangida, and she did a couple of things. So I think we should start shifting our mindset, as Nigeria or those people who are clamoring to be first lady, even though they're not yet married, they really want to occupy that position. So this is just yes, you mentioned reducing the cost of governance, which he also included, and the senators who are being paid millions of naira and giving.
True, it's not just
first crazy. Lady position, it's not just the first lady, but then it doesn't mean that the role of a first lady is unimportant or it's irrelevant. No, it's just what are they there to do. Even if they are giving this particular money, what are they doing with it?
They actually know their
exactly what are they doing with it. But then there's something that Peter Obi pointed out, which is very critical. He said that we are not voting, like if you're coming out to vote, you're not seeing the wife of Peter Obi with him. It's Peter Obi, right? But then there are women who are sentimental. They're like, okay, we are not voting the wife, but she's your wife, she should be there, she should be this. But then I think this man is very like he says it the way it is. He doesn't try to sugarcoat stuff.
He doesn't to make you feel good.
Exactly. And I recommend that,
Yes, because I think someone also pointed out that, for example, I studied medicine. A man studied medicine, and I end up marrying this person. He gets his degree, he starts working as a doctor. Will I be working as, what's it called, assistant doctor? People that will die. Yes. Because I don't know anything about medicine. I don't know anything about the healthcare system. I don't know how to treat people. I don't know nothing. So it's just the same thing. To me, like it's applicable to politics. Mr. Peter Obi is the politician here. He's the one that has the antecedents. He's the one that has worked. He's the one that we have seen do things before, not his wife. Due respect to the wife and all, but I'm trying to explain the point that I also, before, there's something that I wanted to bring, but that's on a different stage. It has to do with the church setting, but that's the story for another day. So we are looking at Mr. P2B and his capabilities. So I think Mr. P2B wants us to focus on what is important and not things that really do not warrant a whole lot of all the whole financing and funding and all that. Because if he wants to do this, if he wants to take Nigeria from where it is right now to where it should be, there's going to be a whole lot of sacrifices. Exactly. There's going to be a whole lot of, and we've said it before, that's why people do not want.
Exactly. I was going to say that. Exactly. Imagine if you're the first lady and they're telling you they're going to slash your 4 billion. Exactly. But then if we're thinking about our future and our children's future, this is something we should embrace.
Exactly. And then I also like the fact that when Mr. P2B wants to say something, he doesn't act like most of our parents would, where they'll just tell you, oh, you see this, we are not doing it anymore, and they won't give you any reason for doing that. Yes. Mr. P2B will try to explain to you, okay, this is why I'm doing this. This is why we should do this, and he will make you see reason. Because when there's a place I saw the headline, and I raised one eyebrow. Really? And then I had to read through the article, and then I started understanding where he was going at and what he meant. And then I began to see reasons with him. So I think that this is something that P2B is very, I commend him on, because he's not someone that he's not, what is the word? He's not an authoritarian. He's not someone that would just give out a rule or give out a command. You understand? This is not a military regime. So I really like that about Mr. P2B. We're going to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be talking more about the office of the First Lady and Mr. P2B. Don't go nowhere.
The first greenfield facility in the state, he was recognized by the Millennium Development Goals (MDG) as the best governor in the implementation of their programs in Nigeria. P2B constructed 2 bridges across the popular Agulu Lake in Anyocha local government area of Anambra State at the cost of 2 billion naira. He funded Agulu Lake Hotel Project, Golden Tulip, and reconstruction of Upper Iweka bridges at the axis of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway with 6 lanes. P2B constructed 800 km of road network between rural and urban areas. Some of the roads include Ibariam Internal Road, Ekulobia Ezinifite Road, Niger Drive Onitsha, Ifite Dunu Road, construction of Zik Avenue and Mpo Flyover, 30 verifiable bridges, Ezu Ebenebe Bridge, Oka North, Isu Anyocha Bridge, Opaka River Bridge, pedestrian bridge at permanent site Unizik Junction, Oka. He created industrial parks as catalysts for industrialization. He constructed and commissioned the Governor's Lodge and Annex Onitsha, FMR Customary Court of Appeal Complex, High Court buildings at Nnewi and Ogidi, Judges' Quarters at Onitsha. His visionary leadership brought unprecedented transformation to the local government in Anambra State. He made provision for 1.2 billion naira credit facilities to farmers in the state and cleared a 20 million naira debt owed banks as a result of the 2012 flood devastation. P2B's administration purchased 90 buses and taxis for Anis Mass Transit Company. He adopted the best practice in waste disposal and provided over 300 million naira worth of waste evacuation trucks. The Debt Management Office rated Anambra as the least indebted state in Nigeria. Mr. P2B handed 75 billion naira to his successor, Mr. Willie Obiano. The credibility and reputation of P2B as a competent visionary leader in public service governance and management of state resources remains undisputable.
be that they vote for, they'll go vote for another.
Welcome back from that break. This is Obidient Family TV and you're on to Obedient Women. We hope you have your PVC ready and you're ready to vote on the 25th of February. My name is Sharon Enemchuku and I'm having with me in the studio two beautiful women in person of
Jessica Chinwe.
And my name is Ife Grace, and we are still on the topic of the office of the First Lady.
Yeah. We are. And before we went on the break, we were talking about reasons why Mr. Peter Obi said he was going to scrap that particular office, and we shared views, we shared opinions. But now we're going to move a bit further. You know how Mr. Peter Obi has been all about, we are going to include women in my government. Women have shown to be more passionate and less corrupt. We are going to involve women. But there's something that I want to bring to the table. There's something that he said that I really liked. He said that giving competent women roles in governance. And I'm very happy about this particular statement because it's not just any woman, any kind of woman. Because we keep saying, and you feel like just because you are a woman, that piece of you will now give you a role. My dear sister, you need to have a skill. You need to know exactly what you're doing. You need to be capable. You need to be competent. And there's something that they've been ringing during this campaign. They said they're no longer going to be electing based on party. Oh, he's from PDP. He's from ABGA.
Yes.
No, what they're doing is based on competency, capacity, character, those kind of things. And I just want us to talk first of all about the whole competent woman phrase because it's something that interests me. If you, for example, Jessica, what would you define as competent? If a woman named, say, Grace, for example, wants to contest for a political position, what advice would you give her?
First of all, I define competence as someone who knows what she's doing, who is good at what she does, right? Because we have a lot of people who are into different things. We have a lot of women in politics, but then they don't know what they are doing there. So competence is having track records of something that you have done. So if I am employing or if I want you to fill this position, I must have seen things that you've done. You must have shown me things that you've done for me to say that you are competent or you have the capacity. So like you mentioned, Peter Obi is not the kind of person that would just, okay, because I want to include women, you come from here, you come from my village, you come from Sokoto, you come from Nasarawa, you know, he's intentional with this thing. And if we look back to when he was the governor of Anambra State, how he was able to, you know, put capable and competent capacity women in the position of power, right? If you look into those women, you will see that they are not ordinary women. Take, for instance, Professor Okuna, Stella Okuna. You know what that woman has done so far? I mean, she's not just a random person. She has track record of things that she has done.
She does.
Yeah, that's what I would define, you know, based on your past experience and what you've done so far. Yeah.
Okay, I love that definition because you cannot know what. Let me say, for example, you want to be, let me look for a minor role, local governments, you want to hold a post in local government office. No, not even the chairman. You just want to look for a post in the local government jurisdiction, exactly. And you don't know anything about that local government. You've not lived there. You don't know the problems they are facing. You don't know nothing. You just feel like if you want to grow, you want to start at government level, that you want to upgrade, so you want to just start. And then another thing again that I want to add is intention. Your intention for running for politics is also another thing, because people, not just men, right, so even women have different or various reasons why they are running for positions, because your intent might be different from mine. And I think at this point, the point that we've gotten to right now in Nigeria, it's important that women also have the right intention for running for presidency. There's something that Mr. Peter Obi will say. He said that he's not desperate to become the president of Nigeria. He's not desperate. Why should he be for? Because I'm the one that wants to help Nigeria.
And he has everything.
I want to offer my services. I want to render help. You understand? All the knowledge that I've acquired, this is what I want to offer to Nigeria. Do you understand?
Yeah.
He's not desperate. Unlike other parties who are just, this is my time. I must rise and shine. I must be president of Nigeria. You understand? So my question is to you, Grace. When we talk about women running for positions and competent women, there's something that people used to say. They say that, okay, we know that it's only bad people that are in politics, only bad. And then there's how they even look at women in politics. What is this woman doing? What are you doing? Who's sponsoring you? Who's your father?
Are you sure?
Really?
Kind of thing.
That's one issue again. So for people that are good at what they do, competent women that still feel that they need, how do I say it, people that are good at what they do and they don't think that they have a free opportunity or an equal opportunity with every other person out there to come and compete for a position. What would you tell them? What would you advise them? People that are competent, they know what they are doing, but then they are just scared to come out and show themselves.
Firstly, I'm going to talk about, you have to come out firstly. Show that you're interested in this, your intentions. I'll give, like, my sister in her department. She contested for the position of the head of department and something like that, in food science. And people were like, a lady has not
become the HOD.
A lady has not done this, a lady has not done that. But she was like, really, do you understand? She was like ready to fight no matter what. She was like interested. She showed like people that this is what I have done and this is what I can actually do for you people. So with that, people like supported her and all those things. So I think that all women out there that are interested in policy should fight, should show the zeal, the courage, and
just
stand
come
up.
out.
That's it. Just come
can
out.
I add something?
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you short, but then I really want to add something, right? I want us to stress on this mindset thing, because there was a time when I don't think I am into that at the moment, but there was a time when I liked the position of the leadership position, right? It makes me, I just have this mindset that I am good with leadership. But then there were a certain point in time where people started saying certain things, and it feels like, okay, she's a woman. Why are you ordering me? Why are you telling me to do so? It's easy for other people or for men to, listen or respect their fellow men when they tell them what to do. But then when I am telling you, okay, can we do this? You're like, she's a woman. Who are you to tell me this? So that thing, they will not say it that you are a woman, but then their actions and everything. So I think that is one of the reasons why women try so much to, avoid that position of power, that leadership position, in order not to be.
That is where this comes in. When I'm like, the lady should stand her ground.
Okay, yes, exactly.
Like, have that courage, like be courageous. You understand? Because if you keep showing them that timid or you're lady or something, they'll ride you. Or sort of like if you ask them to do, they'll be like, she's a lady. Why
she's a lady.
Yeah. But if you come out, like for instance, when she speaks, even among the men, people listen to her. Do you understand?
Exactly,
so
confidence.
I agree.
That's number one. Have the confidence. You understand?
Yeah, and then someone also mentioned that this is a battle. It's something that women will have to fight for
forever, right? It seems like forever, because we've been talking about this issue for long.
I'm just praying that like we see improvement. I want us to come on the show and be maybe years from now and be, there was a time where women were not even in office and look at what they're doing. Do you understand? So I want that for us. I want that for women. And then we need to also point out that this thing is not going to come easy. Nobody's going to hand this to you on a platter. You have to fight for this thing. And one thing about fighting, you are not going to fight sitting down. You have to show up. You have to show up, whatever it is that you want to do. There's something that human beings do a whole lot. They criticize themselves. Not like criticize, because criticism is good if it's positive. But then they that's the word. They condemn themselves first before they give someone else the opportunity to. And that is unhealthy. That will keep you at a spot for a very long time. So it's important that women you have to be your first cheerleader. You have to be your first motivational speaker. You don't have to wait until you go on YouTube and click on one motivational message. Motivate yourself. You understand? So I think that for me, that would be my own advice, because there is nothing more than being there for you, being there for yourself. And if you have not just in in politics, maybe any other domain, any other aspect, or whatever your passion or whatever it is, I think it's important that people know that you have to fight for these things. If it was easy, everybody would be pursuing their purpose. It's not easy. You have to fight for it. So I think that's going to be all we're going to talk about today. I've enjoyed this conversation because one way or the other, indirectly and directly, you both have spoken to me. And I appreciate that.
We impacted in children.
You did. No problem. I'm going to give it to you too. You did. It was such a beautiful conversation, yes, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. I enjoyed this topic, and I'm hoping that the viewers have gotten a reason or two why the whole office of the First Lady was being scrapped and all that. And if you had any confusion prior to this show, that we have been able to clear that. All right, that would be a wrap on the show. It's been such an amazing time. And don't forget to follow us on our social media platform. We're at Obidient Family TV on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and every other social media platform. And you can also follow us individually on our own social media platforms. I am at Sharon Nmchiku. Jessica.
Okay, you can follow me on Instagram, Jessica__. The Jessica is spelled as JAYCECEKAH _.
And you can follow me on all social media platforms at Signal Empire.
Okay. All right, that will be all. Till we see you next week. Are we seeing you tomorrow? We'll see you tomorrow. Don't worry. I'm just going to see you. Till we see you tomorrow. Have an amazing day and bye.
Bye.